So you have gone through a transformation, and it's very interesting that if you are listening to this message and you are spiritually gifted and you are able to relay channel messages, that you can even just have one word or a phrase or a couple of words, and you instantly can have a whole message that can come just from those words. That's how you know you're really gifted. But anyway, here's what the message. So the word that I saw was lotus flower. And when you think of lotus flower, the other types of, images or objects that resemble lotus flower is like the phoenix rising, the butterfly, the lotus flower. All three of those pretty much have similar meanings. Okay, so if you are gravitating towards lotus flower, phoenix rising, the butterfly, this message is for you. So first, let's talk. We're gonna save lotus flower for last. Save the best for last. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with the butterfly. The butterfly symbolizes a transformation, where with the butterfly you gain your wings. And you gaining your wings is symbolic for you becoming the greater version of yourself. You becoming your higher self. You are shedding away the layers of your old self, your matrix self, and you are stepping into your soul version, your higher self. Stepping into that greater timeline. But, however, before you gain your wings, like your butterfly wings, before you can step into that version of your higher self, you first have to go through the cocoon period. And before you were even in the cocoon period, you were a caterpillar crawling, on the ground. And the life that you lived as a caterpillar is totally different than the life that you will live as a butterfly. Because when you were the caterpillar, you were on the ground. You were only as low as the ground, right? And that symbolizes you being at a lower vibration, okay? Lower vibration being operated by fear, scarcity, lack, any of those things, just not being awakened to your power. That's when you were in that lower vibration on the ground, like that caterpillar. And you knew that you wanted more. You knew that you felt like there was much more to offer for yourself and for your life. That's why you went through the transformation of going through that cocoon period. And when a caterpillar is in a cocoon, what happens is that the body breaks down into this muck, this goo. It's like you become a liquid. Okay, that's what the caterpillar does when it's in that cocoon. So your body completely breaks down and you are given a whole new body, mind, body, soul. So especially when you go through a transformation of the mind, a transformation of the soul, your body transforms as well. This is why after you have gone through your transformation, you've gone through your spiritual journey and your awakening, you tend to have a different look and different appearance. Your avatar has changed because your body has gone through an upgrade. So as your body is going through this upgrade, your body has to first be broken down and completely dismantled so that it can grow and be reborn again. So you went through that phase where you were completely broken down. Everything was stripped away from you. Everything that you once knew, that you once were a part of, all of that was taken away from you, broken down. And then you were reborn and you grew into the new version, the version that you are now. And as the butterfly bursts through the cocoon, they don't just come out the cocoon and instantly fly and float away. No, they first have to what they had to do was, like, their wings were wet because, like we said before, they were in that goo, that muck. It was like a liquid. So when they burst through that cocoon, it's basically like the water breaks. It's like giving birth, okay? So when your water breaks, you know how you have all that, when a baby is born, they're full of water and full of all of the enzymes and all of that was within that womb sac. Yeah, and they have to clean you off and clean you up. Same thing with the butterfly. Once the butterfly bursts through the cocoon, they have to allow all of the excess, all of the goo, all of the muck, all of the liquid that was once a part of them to fall off of them. That's why the butterfly would just sit there on the cocoon for a little bit to let that all fall off, let the excess fall off. And they're also resting their wings because their wings are not ready to float yet. They have to dry their wings. Their wings have to dry, have to cool off. So that way when the wings are completely dry, then they can float away and go. because if they were to leave prematurely, they can really hurt their wings. Why? Because their wings are very delicate. They are very, very delicate. So in order for it to float and fly, it must be light as a feather. It must be very soft, very gentle, very dry, so that it's when it's dry, it catches the wind, and the butterfly really just floats around. You ever see how a butterfly, how it doesn't look like they're flying in one direction, like how a bird flies? It's actually floating and catching the wind. Yeah, same thing. And that's why this new body, this new version of you is very delicate. It's very gentle. It's like, you know, proceed with caution, like delicate, handle with care. People now have to be very delicate with you. They have to handle you with care. They have to be very gentle with you because you are a lot more sensitive. You have always been sensitive, but now you are even more sensitive because you are more in tune and tapped into your emotions, to your power, to your light. And that's why you especially have to be more gentle with yourself and more delicate with yourself, because you are delicate. You are precious. You are gentle. You are, you know, the same way like when you have glass, how you have to be careful with glass because if you drop it, it can break it because it's so delicate. Or the same thing with a raw egg. You got to be careful with the raw egg because if you drop it, it can crack and it can break and then all of the stuff spills out. So you got to be gentle and delicate with yourself. You are that butterfly. You are that butterfly that has burst through the cocoon, and you are now more delicate and more gentle. So thus, you have to make sure that you are around other people that understand how delicate you are, and they handle you accordingly. When people handle you accordingly and they handle you with grace and with gentleness, those are the people that you want to keep in your lives. But if they are rough with you and they don't appreciate your sensitivity and your preciousness, then those are the people that you need to leave behind. Okay, those were the caterpillar people. The people that you attract as a caterpillar and the people that you attract as a butterfly are totally different people. Okay, the people that you attract as a butterfly will know that you are gentle and delicate, and they will handle you as such. Those that were around you when you were a caterpillar were more rough. Keep those people away. Okay, so don't spend as much time with those people, because those are the people of the old version of you, of your past. You need to be around newer people that appreciate this new version of you. And then next we have the phoenix rising. The phoenix rising, like they say, you rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Pretty much you have been put through the fire. And when you have been put through the fire, you are not really going to come out unscathed. You're going to have, you know, some type of way that know that you have gone through the fire. But going through the fire is like going through hell and back. It's like going through the roughest, toughest, most trying moments of your life emotionally. I mean, it breaks you all the way down to rock bottom. It gets to a point where you get in such this dark space that you don't even know how you're even going to make it out of there. But once you and when you're in the fire, you become a lot more stronger, because you have to be able to be strong enough to brace the fire, to brace the heat that's being thrown on you. And a lot of times when we go, it's symbolic for the spiritual warfare that you encounter when you have demons coming and attacking you left and right, and just every single time you turn around, you're running into some negative person. It's because you are being trained, you are being transformed, your soul is evolving, you are gaining that strength and that power as a warrior. So you have to go through some intensity so that you can gain that strength and gain that power. Go through that fire, so that way once you come out of the fire, you rise from the ashes like a phoenix. You are this strong bird. Like, phoenixes are very, very strong. They're very, very powerful. And as you rise from those ashes, they say you have beauty for your ashes. So you come out looking totally different. You come out even more beautiful and more polished than before, because that fire has refined you. And then lastly, you are the lotus flower. The lotus flower is born from the mud, from the muck. Sort of similar how like when you're in that cocoon. But from underneath that mud and that muck, and they grow through water, and they come out, and they are this beautiful blooming flower. You bloom like a lotus, which is a rare flower. You bloom so beautifully, so strongly, and it's basically symbolic for no matter how ugly your past was, how horrible it was, it cannot compare to the version of yourself that you are now. It's showing you that you do not look like what you have been through, baby. You've been through all of that, but look at you now. Well polished, refined, beautiful, shining brighter and better than ever. You are amazing.